All right, so let's look at 13 here. So we can let u equal that middle variable. Well, the variable's in the x, so we're going to take the base, the variable, excuse me, is in the exponent, so we're going to take the base with it. So we're going to let u equal our e to the x. So when we do that, then we're going to have u squared, because that was 2x on the first one, minus 3u plus 2 equals 0. And so this is just a simple trinomial, so we're going to factor it. So u and u. Well, multiplies it 2, that adds to 3. Yeah, 2 and 1, and they're both going to be negative, correct? So we know that u minus 2 is going to have to equal 0, and u minus 1 equals 0. Which means u is equal to 2, and u is equal to 1. But we really weren't solving for u, were we?
No.
What is u equal to?
E to the power of x.
E to the power of x. So when I had that u equals 2, really that's saying e to the x equals 2. And when I said u was equal to 1, that meant e to the x was equal to 1.
Wait, okay, so when we're doing the let u.
Alright, so the question is how if we let u equal e to the x, then what do we do with that e to the 2x? Well, remember, e to the 2x is the same as saying e to the x squared, isn't it? Because we're going to multiply the exponents.
Oh, yeah.
So therefore, if e to the x is u, then that's just becoming our u squared. Alright, that was a good question. Okay, so back over to where we were. When u was equal to 2, that really meant e to the x equals 2. How am I going to solve for x?
Log.
Yeah, log both sides. Doesn't matter if you use log or the natural log. Since there's an e in it, I'm going to use natural log. Okay?
Natural log because
Natural log and log are the same thing. Like, who would make up two of the same?
Ma'am?
my e's look like my L's.
Alright. Well, the nice thing, though, if you have an e, if you use a natural log, is usually something will cancel. You're probably going to end up with the natural log of e in it. Shh. So, ladies. Alright, so when I natural log both sides, and then we bungee our x in front of its log, so x times the natural log of e equals the natural log of 2. And well, natural log of e is equal to what? 1. So we don't need it because x times 1 is just x. So x equals the natural log of 2. Alright, so for the other one, we said u was equal to 1, which meant e to the x equals 1. So I'm going to do the same thing. So I've got the natural log of e to the x equals the natural log of 1. My x is going to bungee, so x equals, x natural log of e equals, there was something we talked about the natural log of 1. Anybody remember what that is?
No, we sure.
All right, well, let's come over here and look at it then. So the natural log of 1, we're in log form, so it's going to equal y. What is your base there?
1.
No? No, natural log. What is the base when it's not written?
E.
E. So that's my base. This is my x, and obviously y is my y. So when I change it to exponential, I get e to the y equals 1. Well, what is that number we can always use as an exponent that when I raise anything to that number, it gives me 1?
0.
Yeah, 0. So this means y equals 0.
Gotta log this.
All right.
Log that, John.
So we got 0 there. And what is the natural log of e?
0.
No?
Just joking.
1. So we get x equals 0. And so there's my two answers.
Wow.
Okay, so